Hello team, good morning. I apologize for the quality of this video being in my car while I'm driving, but I was thinking about something this morning and I just wanted to come and share it with you guys before I get back home, because I got a lot of work to do today. So anyway, sorry about the sun. It's just, it is what it is. You'll just need to hear. It doesn't matter if you can see me. So this past weekend, our Team One Blessings had our first leaders lunch, brunch. I'm not sure. We're gonna come up with a better name, but anyway, and we had 9 consultants show up who were ready to really work their business and do some big things in it. And we did a lot of sharing and what was going well and what wasn't going well in our business. And of the 9 of us, it just was like an overwhelming number of us that were concerned about our follow-up or lack thereof with our customers. And so I feel like this is a topic, oh, I know it is, a topic that I beat to death because I just am really passionate about the results that I've gotten from being consistent in my follow-up and having a good system that works for me. And I am very passionate about using the Sell with Amy app. However, I realize that not everybody loves that app or likes technology versions. So I did start my follow-up system 3 years ago next month, February of 2017, like a actual consistent follow-up. And for years, my sponsor and director, Tam, had been telling me about this binder system that she was using that was really working for her. And I kept hearing, you know, the quote, the saying, the quote, the fortune is in the follow-up. Well, I remember the first time that I ever saw Tam show me the video of her binder system, I was like, nope, that's a hard no for me, because it just seemed like it was too much to keep up with, that there was, you know, different sections and you had to move the order forms and write on them and make sure that you had contacted these people and whatever. And I just felt like, no, that's too much for my brain to process. Well, it took me about 3 years before I finally convinced myself to give it a try. And it's really funny because actually another director or superstar director or something was showing the same binder system, and I was like, oh, that's such a revolutionary idea. And then it hit me and I was like, Tam has been telling me about this for years. But that's how it goes, right? We hear the same thing from the same person over and over and over again, and we never really pay attention to what they're saying. And then someone else comes along and says the exact same thing that that person has been saying, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's such a great idea. And the original person is like, I've been saying that forever. So it is what it is. We all learn differently and from different people. And so with me coming up here and harping on the same topic that I'm always harping on, it's probably not going to reach anybody any differently, but I still want to express just how passionate I am about this follow-up, because even though I feel like I talk about it all the time, there are still people out there, I mean, that don't do their follow-ups accurately, or they're afraid to do the follow-ups, or they have this, or they get overwhelmed with the follow-ups, or they feel like they don't have a good system, or they haven't found a good system, and you know, whatever the case may be. I just encourage you so strongly to please try to find a system. If it's not Sell with Amy, which I love it, but if it's not Sell with Amy, that it's a binder system, that it's something. And here's the thing about follow-up, it has to be done well. And what I mean by well is it has to be done consistently, okay? And when I say consistently, I don't mean like you're following up with all of your customers every month, or you're not following up with them until like every catalog season, or until you think that they need more scents. I'm not saying that. That was a deer. Sorry, there was something, poor animal that was killed on the side of the road earlier today, and we couldn't figure out if it was a coyote or a deer. My son wanted me to make sure I found out what it was. I think it was a deer. Anyway, I digress. So you've just got to find the system that works for you, and you've got to do it consistently. And I will tell you, I started out with the binder system, absolutely loved it. My only issue with the binder system was that if you don't open it, it's not going to work. If you're not working it, it's not going to work. So when they came out with the Sell with Amy app, I fell in love with that because it gives me notifications and it prompts me every day to follow up people. Now, people at our leader brunch the other day said the reason that they don't like the Sell with Amy app is because they get overwhelmed with the notifications. Or they're the type of person who doesn't like the notifications, so they'll open it just to clear it, and they didn't actually follow up with that person. And I felt that because I am definitely a no notifications type of girl too. I actually have my notifications turned off on several of my apps, including Facebook and Instagram, and Messenger is next. Email only gets updated every hour on the hour because they are big distractions for me. I know that I'm on them a lot, but it's only when I choose to be up there, not because my phone dinged or I see a little red notification. So when I see the Sell with Amy app notification, yes, it does kind of like get to me. But here's one thing that you can do maybe to kind of eliminate that a little bit, is most of us have smartphones. That's what you're probably using Sell with Amy on. You maybe have a home screen. Well, most smartphones you can scroll screens, right? So how about maybe moving that app over to another screen? For instance, my Facebook and Instagram and Facebook Messenger are not on my first screen. They're on my second screen because I don't want to turn my phone on and that's the first thing I see. And text messages might be getting moved soon too. But anyway, so that's one thing that you can do so that it's not the first thing that you see. It doesn't immediately cause anxiety that you see the notifications there. You know, people said they get anxious because the number is like 25 or 45 and you're like, oh my God, that's a lot of people I need to clear off today from the Sell with Amy app, and I just don't have the time to do it, or whatever. Listen guys, you've got to detach yourself from that. Like, yeah, right now I've got 37 that I need to address today, and I don't know that they're all going to get done, but I do know that I'm going to work on them because my internal system is that I do follow-ups on Mondays and Fridays. And yeah, I'll do some in between some days, but Mondays and Fridays are my days to do my follow-ups. I try to make it my goal to clear off all the notifications on Mondays and Fridays, but that doesn't always happen. So I'm okay with that. I do what I can, right? Now, the other concern was that people were afraid it had been too long to follow up with people. And so they kind of felt silly for reaching out to somebody they haven't talked to in 6 months or a year, okay? Listen, Debbie Pitts Palmer, superstar director out of Alabama, and she said a couple of years ago, and it really stuck with me. She said, you have to detach yourself from the response. Stop worrying about the response or the lack thereof. Just do your job. You have a job to do. And you need to follow up with your customers and check in on their satisfaction. Just do your job. It doesn't matter what they say to you, unless they flat out tell you to not contact them ever again. And by the way, that's only ever happened to me one time. And she was nice about it. She didn't just say, don't contact me again, but she was really nice about it. She told me she had another consultant. She used another consultant. She was just shopping through me because it was a party for her friend, a fundraiser. Not a problem. That didn't offend me. I said, okay, great. Thank you so much for supporting the fundraiser. Have a great life, basically. So detach yourself from the response or the lack thereof. It doesn't matter if they respond back to you. You're doing your job. So here's my whole thing. I'm going to wrap it up with this. Your mindset matters. You got to be in a good headspace in order to think about follow-ups as your responsibility and not a burden, okay? Part of your job and not a burden. Think of yourself as a waitress. A waitress has a job to do. She is to serve you and she's to make sure that you're happy. So she comes to your table and she takes your order. She gets your drink order, she gets your food order, she goes and puts it in, people in the back cook it up. She brings it out to you and she presents it to you. She serves it, right? Everybody gets their food, gets what they ordered, they're eating, she goes away. In about, 5-10 minutes, she comes back to the table and asks, how is it? How is everything? Is your steak cooked well? Is it cooked like you wanted it to be cooked? Well is the wrong word to use when you're talking about steak, but is your steak cooked like you want it? How is your pasta? Is there anything else I can get you guys? She comes back to the table again, maybe another 5 to 10 minutes later, because she's keeping an eye on you, making sure that you're eating and how far along you are in your meal. If she's a good waitress or he is a good waiter. Sorry, I don't mean to, whatever, he or she. And they do that because they are genuinely concerned about your satisfaction. Why? Because they have a tip attached to that, right? And they want to work their tip to make sure that they are going to make some money tonight. Waitresses don't get paid jack doo-doo in their paycheck. So they have to work their tips. All right? You work your tips by providing good customer service, good customer care. So you are a waitress. You are a waiter. You go to your customers, or your customers come to you, and you ask them what you can get them. You take their order, you send it in. When it comes in, you prepare it, or it gets shipped to the door, whatever. They receive their order. You then need to follow up with them to make sure that they are happy with what they received, okay? Then later on, you follow up with them again to make sure that they were satisfied with what they used. If you come at your follow-up in the mindset of you are a server who is providing a service, then you're going to stop caring about the response. If you have the mindset of you are genuinely concerned about their satisfaction with the product, then it'll change how you approach your follow-up. To me, it did. I know that I have a job to do, and I'm out there asking people, are they genuinely happy? Because A, this is my job that I take seriously that does pay my bills. So I want to make sure that my customers are happy with me, that they're returning to me, and that if there's any issues, I'm here to help solve it, because that's the kind of person that I am, right? So think about that. We talk about customer service a lot, but let's think about customer care. If you actually genuinely care about your customers and whether or not they're satisfied with what they spent their hard-earned money with you, then that's going to show through to your customers. You want your customers to be happy with their products and happy with you, so that they will return to you. Now, again, back to the waiter, waitress, server situation. Now, there are some people who genuinely love, some customers who genuinely love their server so much because they appreciate, you know, how they serve, how they, you know, check in on them, how they have developed a relationship with their customers. And so there are people who will go to restaurants and ask for Susie Joe's section. Can I sit in Susie Joe's section today? Because they want Susie Joe to wait on them. Now, that's how I kind of feel about my customers. Is I want my customers to come and sit in my section. Basically, I want my customers to come back to me. So how am I going to get them to come back to me? I'm going to provide good customer care to my customers through their follow-up and make sure that they're happy with what they spent their money on with me, because they can choose any consultant in the world to spend their money with, and I would love for them to spend it with me. And the only way that people are going to spend their money with me is if they know, like, and trust me, and that if I have taken the time to try to build that relationship with my customers via follow-ups. And when I say follow-ups, guys, you have to switch your mindset again to make sure that you're not just following up with your customers when you need a sale, when you've got to get active, when you're trying to close a party to get free shipping, or you're trying to close a party to hit $200, or you're trying to earn an incentive, or you're trying to promote, or you're trying to do all these things. That's not when you follow up with your customers. They're not going to feel valued and appreciated when you do it that way. They will feel valued and appreciated when you follow up with your customers and say, "Hey, Susie Joe, just checking in with you. I wanted to make sure that you are in love with your Luna washer lifts." I mean, that's it. That's a follow-up. That's a check-in. Okay? A check back is, again, like another month from then. I don't know. You have to get your system in place. I prefer the 1 week, 1 month, 3 month system, because it just seems to work out, and I find that customers come to me or when I check in with them around the 1 month mark, and especially the 3 month mark, they're like, "Girl, I was just thinking about you." So, and that's what I want my customers to be thinking about me. That's why you follow up with them, because there's so many consultants out there. I hear that in my area a lot. There's just so many consultants in the area. Excuse me. So they can spend their money with any consultant that they want to, but I want my customers to choose me, and I want them to choose me because of me and the service and the care that I provide to them, right? I want them to know that I value and I appreciate them, so I don't ever skip on an opportunity to tell my customers that I appreciate them. That doesn't mean I spoil them with all the free things all the time. I mean, yeah, I do spoil them sometimes, but I got it for free anyway when I closed a follow-up order party, right? Pour back into my customers that way. But I don't just spoil them with gifts. I spoil them with love through words, through written cards. I mean, it's really simple. And I mean, I tell them every chance that I get how much I appreciate their support, how much I appreciate their order, how much I appreciate them. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect in my follow-up and that every customer I've ever had has always returned to me. That's not the case. But I can tell you right now that I have some loyal ride or dies right now who will not leave me to go to another customer or another consultant, regardless of what that consultant is offering. I mean, I do have some ride or dies like that, and they tell me it's because I care about them. And that means the most to me than them spending their money with me. And here's another tip. Whether your customer has bought a $2 light bulb or a $200 party order, if you treat all of your customers the very same, they will know that, they will feel that, and it will mean something to them. So guys, I'm just here to finish preaching. I'm going to step off my soapbox now, that follow-up is essential in your business. I stand 100%, 120% behind the fact that follow-up should be your #1 go-to activity in your business in a day. If you don't have much time to work your business, if you don't have a whole lot of time to sit down and do all the creative things and package all the orders super pretty and like do all of the things with your business because life and kids and work and school and all the things, the one thing that you can do is take your phone and text some of your customers. If you get a 15-minute break at work, people get smoke breaks. If you don't smoke, you better be sure you're utilizing your 15-minute break that you get. I don't know what it is, every 4 hours you get a 15-minute break. I'm not sure how that works. Anyway, your lunch break, when you go to the bathroom, yes, that might sound silly, but I know consultants who do follow-ups. I've done follow-ups on the bathroom, like in the bathroom, on my break, okay? When I was a breastfeeding mother at a full-time job and I had my nursing breaks so I could pump, and that might be TMI for the men out there, sorry about that, but no, I'm not sorry about that. Anyway, I digress. Then I would do my follow-ups then because I was texting them or emailing them. So utilize your time, get creative with it. If you don't have much time to work your business in a day, do your follow-ups. Do your follow-ups. Do your follow-ups. Stop being scared of the response or scared of the no response. Stop feeling like it's been too long, I can't touch base with that person. I touched base with somebody this weekend and this morning, 2 different people. That has been 2 years since they purchased from me. You know what I said? I apologize for being out of contact. I really hope that you enjoyed X, Y, and Z. Just wanted to let you know that those are going away, and they'll be 10% off the rest of this month. And if I can send you a new catalog, you just let me know, because it debuts February 1st. I'll be glad to pop one in the mail to you. If they don't respond to me, I don't care. If they do respond to me, great. Maybe I'll have a customer again that I haven't had in 2 years. Oh well. I did my job, and it took me less than 1 minute to draft up that email that I saved, by the way, in my phone, so I can just copy and paste it next time I have another person that I haven't talked to in 2 years. Thank you, Sell with Amy app, for reminding me of customers that I've forgotten about for 2 years. So anyway, I'm done. I'm home. I don't know if this will help anybody. I genuinely hope it does, because I'm telling you guys, the fortune is in the follow-up, and you will not believe that, and you will not see that until you actually try it. And you have to be consistent with it. You can't do follow-ups this weekend or this week and expect to get a $100 order or $200 in orders. You have to be consistent with it, okay? And listen, you might follow up with 10 people. In those 10 people, if 2 people respond to you at all, you're doing good. If 8 people left you on red, that's normal. That's normal. If you follow up with 10 people and 1 person orders, that's normal. So guess what that means? You need to follow up with more people. You need to touch base with more people. You need to talk to more people, ask more people. All right? Okay, babe. So I'm done. I'm home. I've got to go inside and do my follow-ups right now. I encourage you guys to do the same. If you have any questions about follow-ups, please leave it below. I'll be glad to help as much as I can, because I truly do believe that it is the #1 income producing activity in your business, and it is the one thing in your business that will keep it afloat. If you feel like you're drowning, if you feel like your business is dead, get on your follow-ups. And don't stop until, just don't stop. Don't stop. Follow up with all the people. Go to your workstation, your contacts tab, and follow up with all the people. Okay? And don't ask them, don't reach out to them for a sale. You know, ask them, can you send them a new catalog? Ask them how they love their whatever. Get personal with them, okay? Ask them, let them know that cedar cider that they love so good is going away on the 31st, and it's 10% off right now. You can say things like that because that's providing them information. That's not saying, here's my link, shop from me. You know, just get personal, care about your customers. It matters. It will show. Have a great day. Bye, guys.